Hey guys, welcome to Love and Confetti. We're back again with another episode, and today we're just gonna take it chill like last time. We're liking this new system of doing things, so hope you guys just stick around with us. So, how are things, babe?
I don't know, it's a Wednesday. So I still have like some work left to do, which I'm planning to like finish tonight so that Thursday and Fridays are free.
So we can have our date night. So what we do is, since we're long distance, well, tips for guys who are in long distance right now. Our date nights are basically we coincide a time where we can like watch a movie together or do something together, play games. Sometimes we even do game nights with your sisters, right?
Yeah, but we did that like last time we did that was half a year ago, something like
Months
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
It's
Yeah,
been so
we should
long.
do that again. In fact, I don't think I did that since moving to Barcelona.
Yeah, but you moved like July or something?
That's why. So I haven't done that since July last year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's been a long time. Yeah, even our movie nights are
Okay,
really
this
rare.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why. Like we used to spend so much more time together, but I guess also because I've been extra busy. Because ever since moving to Barcelona, I found work here, so I've kind of been running all over the place. Like right now, we're doing this podcast before my work, and then I'm off, right? And I'm like out for the whole like afternoon until evening. But yeah, maybe this weekend we can try doing a game night again. It's been a long
No,
time.
let's watch Inventing Anna.
Yeah, okay. So we're watching Inventing Anna right now, and oh, and I'm also excited to watch that one I told you about, the Moon Knight, the
What's
one
that?
of Oscar Isaac. It's a new
All right, yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
TV show.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Marvel?
it looks yeah, it's Marvel. It looks
Wait, so
awesome.
he's a hero?
Kinda, he's like a schizophrenic hero who's like not sure what he's supposed to do, and then yeah, it's
What's he
kind of
called?
dark, I think. Moon Knight.
No, no, no.
His
What's
name's
he called? The as a hero?
Moon Knight.
Huh?
That's his
That's his name?
name.
Huh?
The Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon
Ah,
Knight.
knight, like knight in shining armor.
Yeah, like Knight
Ah,
in
I,
Shining
I'm
Armor.
thinking
Yeah.
like night, like evening.
No.
Oh,
Knight in
okay,
Shining
okay,
Armor. Yeah. So
okay, got
Moon
it.
Knight, and apparently it's like he has links to like Egypt or something. So
Oh,
like
cool.
ancient pharaohs. So there's like some history there, and yeah, it really looks awesome. And I'm a big fan of Oscar Isaac as an actor, so I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, my first encounter with Oscar was I think that viral photo with Jessica Chastain and that what was that? Like an awarding like a film festival or something. Remember, I kept showing it to you. He was like
It was a
with
video.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he would like kiss Jessica's arm. It was like to promote their new movie. And then I don't know, like for some reason there was something very attractive about that whole thing. So he wasn't
Babe, that
even on
couldn't have
my.
been your first
No,
encounter.
that was my first encounter.
Of course not. We watched what's that film?
Dune.
No. Before Dune, we watched Ex Machina.
He was there.
Yeah, he was the guy, he was the inventor, the genius guy. The one who hired the guy to come over.
See, he wasn't even on my radar then. So it's like that Jessica Chastain thing was really the one that like sparked my interest. And then I saw him in Dune, and then he was attractive in Dune too. So yeah, I'm excited.
So, what is it about him like is it he's kind of like salt and pepper? Question, is there something attractive about older men for you? Because I'm not saying I look old, but I am 4 years older than you.
Yeah, like I think like past me would have said no, but recently there is. But I don't think I'm like that hardcore. Like I'd want to be with them. It's more like there is
Yeah, of
something
course.
attractive about them. Like before, they were just old to me. You know what I
Okay, so
mean?
let's
Like,
say like we put two people scenario. Let's say we put two people, Oscar Isaac and I don't know, the equivalent Harry Styles, okay? Like you had the option to date one of them. Who would you lean more towards?
I'd go for Harry because I think Oscar's too old. So see, so it's like there's something attractive about them, but I wouldn't date someone that old. You get what I mean? So maybe if I was 30 and he was 40, then I'd look into it. Like I'd consider it.
Yeah.
But right now, at my age, and he's like 50 or something, like I wouldn't.
Okay. Okay. Let's go younger then. Let's go younger. What about like for example, like a Tom Holland or a Chris Evans.
That I don't know.
See? See, Chris
Well,
Evans is
no.
like late 30s, I think, or maybe early 40s already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I can't give you like a straight up answer, like that's my absolute answer. But just between Tom Holland and Chris Evans, I feel like I'd go for Tom just because I think that Chris Evans is too man for me. Like he's too, I don't know, it's kind of intimidating, I guess. Like he's like very mature and stuff, and I feel like I'm a kid pa. And so I think
Okay.
Tom would be more of my wavelength right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's more of a kid, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, that's why. That's why. Cause
And you look
I
more
don't
like
know.
Zendaya, so I guess it's you can see yourself there, right?
No, it's not that. I just feel like I don't know. I guess it's the same as like would you date someone who was like a super accomplished 30 something year old woman? And then it's kind of see, it's kind of intimidating. Like if you put it in real life. Like if you talk about
Hmm.
it for fun, like sure. Sure, I'd date
Yeah.
Chris Evans, but if it was a real life thing,
Okay.
then I don't know.
Okay, so since everyone's kind of growing older, like, what would you say is like the good and the bad about growing older? Like now, for a woman's point of view, what do you feel like are the good things that are happening to you when you grow old, and kind of like the negative things?
I don't know, like yeah. Ideally, I'd say there's nothing wrong with getting old. It's more of before I'd see it as a bad thing. But
Mm-hmm.
recently it's more like wow, you have so much experience. Like it's more of like I guess a privilege to grow old. Like it's something to be proud of ba. Na yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've accumulated all these experiences, all this knowledge, blah blah blah. So I have like this year's worth of like life in me, something like that. But I think
Mm-hmm.
like that's only a new thought for me. And so I'm still like trying to fight like this lifetime bias of aging is bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, like getting older sucks. But then I have to remind myself that no, it's a good thing. So yeah, like to answer
Yeah.
your question, I feel like good thing would be, you're kind of like one step closer to like I don't know, like on the fluffy side, like achieving your goals, becoming the kind of person you want to be, blah blah blah. You're one step closer to your journey, those kind of things. But like bad thing, I guess would be more of like the pressure of like I'm at this age, but I haven't done what I thought I would do at this age, and more of from a girl's point of view, it's kind of like it's very sexist, but diba, with each age that you get older, or as you get older, something like that, with each year, your market value drops. But if you're a man, your market value
Mm-hmm.
only increases. Because diba, like women were like, I don't know, prized for youth and like, I don't know, like reproduction or whatever. Like that's like your fertile years, ba? Like that you're at your peak.
Yeah.
But
I
for
think
men, you only get more
yeah, I think
mature.
women's yeah.
Yeah, but for men,
I
you
think
only
women's
get
peak
more.
potential is like around 25
Yeah,
onward.
that's why. Yeah, but for
Yeah.
men, like you only get more mature, you only get, like accumulate more resources, you only become like more successful, stuff like that. So you reach your peak late. But so for example, a man in his 40s is at his peak. You have like all the money, all the power, whatever. But a woman in her 40s, you're kind of past your childbearing years and you're starting to age and you're starting to sag and stuff like that. So you're not seen as attractive anymore. So yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird growing up because like I feel like I'm always at a certain age. Like I always feel 25 in my heart, because it's like for me it's the perfect age. You're kind of like not too immature, you know, like when you're in your 20s, like early 20s, you're still kind of immature, you just came out of high school, came out of college, and then you're kind of like still discovering the world for the first time. You haven't really worked, you haven't really experienced much, right? You're still very sheltered behind school, behind, with your family. So 25 is like kind of like that peak age for me, that perfect age for me. So I feel 25 at heart, but obviously I'm not. And I don't know, I'm kind of grown to accept that I'm not as young as I used to be. And in a way, I'm kind of happy I'm not, because I don't think I'd want to go back and being a stupid teen. I mean, no offense to teenagers, but yeah, yeah, I was a very stupid teen, okay? And I did a lot of dumb things, and you learn from those things. But I just find it like kind of surreal right now because I look everywhere around me and I just see people getting married, people having kids, people getting engaged. I mean, it's like it's just happening at a constant basis, like all around me.
Like every single
Yeah,
day
and
you refresh your
I
feed and someone else is
every
getting
single
engaged.
day,
It's so weird.
yeah, I like literally like 2 days ago, my high school classmate who's younger than me proposed to his longtime girlfriend. So it's like, what the heck, you know? I've had classmates who have kids already, and I'm here. I am. I'm 31. I have my girlfriend, right? We have plans for the future, but we haven't quite reached that point yet, which is kind of funny because if you think about it, other people have reached it sooner, like that level of maturity, I suppose. And for us, we're kind of like we still want to enjoy our youth before make that jump.
I don't think it's like they reach that level of maturity. I think they just, because some people they think old school, right? Like when I was let's say when I was 12, I remember being in elementary, and I'd keep telling my friend that I'd want to get married at 24 because that was the age my mom got married, and like that's the perfect age because like the age gap between you and your kids super like small, something like that. If I'm 50, they're 25, they get married. I'm a 50-year-old grandma, kind of that kind of thing. So yeah, so for my entire life until maybe I hit, I don't know, like 21, something like that, I always thought I'd get married at 24. So then with each year, it's like I'm getting older, I don't have a boyfriend yet, kind of thing. But then I kind of realized, like after I passed 24, it's like, what the heck? Like, why did I want to get married at 24? Like, I want to live my life. I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's not like getting married is a bad thing. It's more like with marriage comes a lot of responsibility, I feel. Because
That's
if
true. You
you
can't
get
just think
married,
about
you
yourself
have to,
anymore.
yeah, it's like every decision. I don't know what it is, huh? But maybe it's the living together thing. Actually, I haven't really thought about it, like why getting married has so much responsibilities. I think it's because when you get married, you have to move out and you have to live together, no? So with living together, then you have to navigate life on your own without your parent in the picture. Kind of like you have to live life, pay these bills, build your house. I don't know, maybe after a year have a kid and all these like big decisions, but it's all on you. I'm not sure. Does it all come because you moved out, or maybe it's because when you're boyfriend girlfriend, you don't live together. So whatever I do, I can just break up with you if you don't like me, or if we can't decide, like break up, and then I still do my thing. But when you're married, whatever we do, we're together. Obviously, like we're not gonna go for a divorce. So then, we always have to compromise anything. Like, let's say you want to go out with the guys, I want you to stay home. Are we gonna fight about it, or are we gonna like find a way to compromise because there is no backing out anymore, kind of thing? I don't know.
Well, I mean, no, like that's the thing. Many people still get into marriage knowing that there's divorce, knowing that there's things. I mean, in the Philippines, it's not common because I don't think divorce is
No, we don't
legal.
have
But
divorce.
here in Spain, for example, and in many European countries, it's divorce capital. I mean, everyone just gets divorced. I've met children with their parents and they're divorced, so it's kind of common here. But like in my opinion, I think the reason why it's so different is because it's living with someone. It's that specific feeling of living with someone because you don't have to actually get married to live with someone, right? It's just that like whole process of not being on your own or not being with your family to watch over you and make these big decisions around the house and stuff. It's literally being with someone and you and that person deciding things together, right? In a way, it's like a clash of two families because it's
Yeah.
like all the values of my family plus all the values of your
Yeah.
family coming together, and then we have to like kind of find this middle ground.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important picking your partner because it's so important that you find someone who shares those same values with you, at least most of your values, because
Yeah.
when you make those decisions in the future, you want to kind of be in the same wavelength, right?
Yeah. I would argue that like picking your partner is like the single most important decision you'll ever make in your life because that impacts everything. Your life for what, like less than 30 years, and then for the rest of your life will be impacted by this one person, like all your meals, even your diet. I don't know, like where you're gonna live, what kind of income, like every
Lifestyle,
yeah,
everything.
everything how you raise your kids, like even your relationship with your parents. Let's say I had a bad relationship with my parents, or I had we're going through something. If I had a partner that was like telling me to fight my parents and blah blah blah, then we'd clash, and it's it can be like that decision, like that relationship can be traced back to you because you're the one who influenced me to fight them head on. But if you were like more peaceful, and then you told me na, I don't know, like you showed me another way, like you showed me to like appreciate them, blah blah blah, then I'd have a better relationship. So I don't know. I feel like because friends, they come and go, they influence you, but then you can kind of like not talk to them if you don't want to. You go through phases and stuff, but your partner is like there with you 24/7, not literally, but every day is influenced by this one person. So I don't know. I feel like it is no, it is the single most important because, like, for example, career, you change careers, whatever, even if you're in the same field, but your partner you can't change. Like you have to like deal with the same person with the same problems every single day. You deal with it, or you fix it, or you deal with it, or whatever.
And
It doesn't
you
change.
can't just like, for example, like, at least in my experience, or like in my knowledge, that when you choose someone, you can't just choose them for where they are in that state at the moment, because you need to be with them through the good and the bad. You need to be prepared for that. That's why, when you get married, through sickness or in health, right? You need to be ready for whatever's going to be coming your way. And I don't think people are fully like aware of that. They always see the roses and the flowers, and they think that everything's like just wonderful until like something, shit hits the fan, and then they're like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" Divorce, right? You can't be like that. That's why it's so important when you pick a partner, you need to know every aspect about that person before jumping the gun and like getting married. Because if there's something that you think is not going to work out in the end, just a personality trait, then I don't think, you have to like stop it there.
But not even like know everything about them. I think more of like know who they are at their core and know how you guys resolve things. Because for example, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. I don't know you as much as like I would want to. We haven't lived together. We don't like we maybe we know like 60% of each other. We only know like the parts of ourselves that we show each other, but I don't know you when you're with your family and I'm not there completely. Because, diba, like, we have a dynamic, but I also have a dynamic with my friends. You don't know that dynamic. You haven't seen me interact with them without you. I don't know. I found it mind blowing, but it's so obvious. But I think I only realized it maybe last week. I haven't mentioned it to you. Is that you think that you're gonna be the same person in 10 years time. You assume that you're gonna be like whatever you picture your future is based on your current self, which you imagine like your current self to be your future self. Get what I mean? So for example, if let's say I'm a book person right now, I assume in 10 years I'll still be a book person, only better, whatever. If I'm a hardworking person now, I assume I'll still be hardworking, only better, whatever. But you super underestimate who you're gonna be in the future because, for example, you assume that you know who you're gonna be 5 years from now, but 5 years ago you would never like you're a completely different person now than you were 5 years ago, and that 5 years ago person would never have imagined that you'd be this person now. So how can you say that you know what your future is gonna be like? Get what I mean? So it's like I know you as you now, but I don't know who you're gonna be 50 years from now, kind of thing. Diba? It's so like I don't know who we're gonna be. It's so it's so like it's so obvious, but it's
Yeah,
so
we
mind
don't
blowing.
know. We don't know
It's so
how we're gonna.
crazy.
Yeah, we don't know how we're gonna grow up. We just have to be prepared to change. Accept the change. That's also another thing. You have to be adaptable with your partner, because you never know what they're gonna be, right? So you need to be willing to accept the change of that person, and like what they always say, like, change for good or change for worse. You have to be ready to like adjust yourself according to situations, right? Like right now, we know each other as like a couple, but do we know each other as parents, right? I haven't seen you as a mother yet. I know you as a dog mommy, because you have all your dogs right now, right? Your puppies, but as a mom, I don't know if you're a mom yet. I believe you'll be a great mom. You see, this is my belief of you. That's different, but actually seeing you in the situation is a different ball game, right? And same with you. You believe I'll be a great dad, but you don't actually know yet. You haven't seen it yet, right? So we haven't been in that situation yet. So yeah, it's incredible, and kudos to like all my friends getting married and having kids.
Yeah,
Like props
especially
to you
during the
guys.
pandemic, no?
Yeah, no, and it's amazing actually. No, in fact, I love it because this pandemic has all been like gloom and doom, and then here's like life and positivity, and I think it's a fantastic thing that people are actually just using turning the negative around and turning it into something positive.
Yeah, my mom would actually say that that's like the dumbest thing you could do is like to get married or to get pregnant during the pandemic because but she's more of like an overthinker.
Practical.
Yeah, yeah, my mom's really practical. Like she doesn't inject romance into anything. Everything's like black or white kind of thing. So that's her opinion. I'm kind of 50-50. It's not that I think it's dumb. I just think that it's hard because you can't just go to the doctor's office anytime. You can't just I don't know. There's so many things that you can't just do. So then it's kind of like it's I don't know. It's how do I say this like super new that you don't know how to deal with because like what if you want to take your kid to the park but your kid can't play with other kids because whatever or like anywhere you take your kid they have to wear a mask or I don't know how it works like I don't know
Yeah, no,
how people are
I get
doing it
what you
diba?
mean. Yeah.
It's so yeah, there's like so many things to think about. You can't just like do whatever, which is kind of sad. Yeah, I would not ever like I do not want to get married during the pandemic just because of like all your photos are gonna be with masks. So when like 50 years from now, you're gonna look back and it's gonna be so like telltale or something. Like it's so obvious. Na they got married in like 2020 or something. Yeah, it's like I don't
Yeah,
want to get married
exactly.
with
Yeah,
half my
no, I
face
get what you mean.
covered. Yeah, so oh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I guess the real like thought process is life must
why
go
wait?
on, right? We
Yeah,
can't let something like this stop us from continuing our life and
yeah,
progressing in our life.
yeah. I
So
get
that,
that.
that's why I agree. Like, I mean, I agree with you. I don't want our photos to look bad, but at the same time, life must go on. If we really feel like this is our year, global pandemic or not, nuclear war or not, you gotta move on with life, right? You have to make sure, like there's a lot of things happening around the world that is beyond our control, and you kind of just have to deal with it instead of like hiding behind closed doors and not progressing because you're afraid of what's gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, like right now we have Ukraine and Russia at war. Just so many things happening around the world, and yeah, in my opinion, it's you just have to live every day to your fullest and just make the most of your days because you never know, right? You never know what's gonna happen in the world.
So crazy. I have friends who have like two kids already.
Yeah, no, same. I have friends with three. My cousin, who's like 4 years or 3 years younger than me, has her third kid coming right up. Like she's like about to burst. Yeah, she had a
Gosh.
kid very young. Yeah, and then my other cousin, who's 5 years younger than me, has his first son.
Oh
He's already
yeah,
1 years
right.
old, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already 1 years old. So it's incredible. I'm like, I think I'm the oldest right now among all our cousins, and yeah, it's funny because the second and well, my the eldest passed away last year, but since now I'm the only eldest now, so it's just funny that me being the eldest and then the second and third have kids before me. Yeah, I just find it so like surreal. Yeah, and
Huh. So babe,
friends
we're both
too.
the oldest. Babe, we're both the oldest kids, and we're both the oldest grandkids.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Gosh.
that's why we get along,
I
because
think
we're
so
both kind
because
of
we have that
like,
same like mentality. Yeah,
and we're both kind of like, I don't know, like I want it like this, like bam, 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 kind of like that. Right?
leadership qualities
Yeah.
that usually the older kids have. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know why older kids have that leadership quality. Because like my brother, he doesn't really have that. I don't know. It's not really in him. Like
Yeah.
he's
My
very
sisters
strong. He's
also.
very straightforward, but when it comes to like decision making and stuff, like I'm usually the one that's very like boom boom boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is with the whole like the child psychology. They said that the middle child is like the forgotten one and the pacifier. The no, not the pacifier, the pacifist. like who resolves conflicts and stuff like that, which is very true. How like my sister is the one who like who's super chill, doesn't really get mad. You know, you tell her about all your problems, stuff like that, and she's very like calm, kind of like a therapist or whatever. But you know, can be hot-headed and stuff. And then the youngest is like the charming one, like the funny one, something like that. I don't know. It's very
Yeah.
weird. These child
Well,
personality
in my
stuff.
case, we're only two, so I don't know how that works when it's just two people.
I think it's like oldest youngest. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, so getting older can suck sometimes, but in general it's still fun. It's pretty fun. And I'm embracing it right now, even if my birthday's right around the corner. So
Yeah, your birthday's in like 2 weeks or something. Or yeah,
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 and
two
I'm gonna
weeks.
be yeah. Uh
Yeah,
and
but
then I was
my
telling
birthday's like in a month or something. Like
yeah,
more
that's right. Yeah,
in a month
it's so
plus.
funny because we share like very close
Yeah,
dates,
like
so we kind of have like joint birthdays.
we're like 2 weeks apart. Which I said, but like that's so good because we can just schedule a whole trip and it's kind of in between our birthdays. So then it's a birthday trip.
Yeah, or even before, like if we work with European schedule, then or even Philippine world schedule is Holy Week. We can just like take the Holy Week and use that as our birthday celebration
That's true.
because that's literally a week off, right? No, I was telling Danny like, gosh, I really feel older. Like I pulled up my hair here, on the left side of my face, and
Yeah.
then I saw like white hairs. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting white hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
But
any yet.
I'm happy I
I
don't
don't know. Maybe it
like
will come.
look my age. People still say that, like,
Yeah,
Ariane, what
babe,
the
you
heck?
look
You don't look your
25.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
glad.
always like 25, 26 to me.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that we're getting older together, and I'm glad I met you when you were young, and that we're kind of like growing together, which is kind of neat. So I met you when you were just 23 years old, still a young, fresh little flower, and then, now you're growing. You're gonna be 27 this year, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe it's been so long, no. I don't know,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that long.
Well, anyway, guys, thanks so much for sticking around, and I guess this podcast turned to be a topic about age and people growing older. So hope you guys enjoyed sticking around with us, and well, like if you guys want to chat with us, you should leave some comments down below. We'll try to reply to you guys, okay? Anyway, this has been Love and Confetti. Thanks so much, guys, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.